Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Wendy, Colleen, who are here from the US already. It is Thursday, the 26th of September. I've just realized I don't have my light shining where I normally do. I'm like, something's missing from my desk today. That's okay. We might not need it. I'll see how we go. We are going to continue on with our playing of the Filled with Cheer. I have decided that we're going to take 2 weeks per stamp set or bundle or suite or whatever we do. If it's a suite, maybe longer if I'm really into it, just so that I can give you guys a whole range of samples rather than just, hey, here's one card. But I want to be able to show you a whole range of different types of cards. So I'm hoping that you don't mind that sort of thing that I've sort of got planned. So hello, good evening and good morning. Okay, so let's get swung around. There's I want to show you what I've done already and what we are going to do. So let me switch that around. I don't know whether I need to bring this light up. Let me have a look. Is that, I don't know whether it actually makes a difference. I don't know, maybe a little bit. You can see the reflection up there, but I don't know that it makes a whole lot of difference. Okay, so with the where is it? There we go, the Filled with Cheer. So we've got the snowman, we've got the gifts, we've got the wagon and the wagon wheels, but I haven't used the lights, and I thought, well, why don't we make a card featuring just the lights, like not having it as an add-on or anything like that, but we'll just use just the lights. It may work. It's in my head. I was actually dreaming about it last night. It may work, it may not work. So we'll see how we go, because I have made a handful of cards using the snowman already. So I've used plenty of the snowman, and I've got a couple. There's one using the gifts, and then I've got one using the wagon and the gifts. So we've sort of got a bit of a range, but I thought, well, we're missing that one stamp set, aren't we? I haven't used it yet. So that is the idea today. We may not succeed, but I am going to bring in a different bundle to go with it, and that is the Peaceful Season. So I'm going to use this beautiful big Christmas stamp, which has a die as well. And then, you know, it's got so many other little sentiments as well. So you can do Happy Christmas or Merry Christmas. There's one that is in the air. So I thought you could do Christmas is in the air, Christmas is love. Oh, you know what? Oh no, that's okay. I've got something to show you later on too. So this one's great, and it's got a whole heap of dies, which I'll show you later. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is prepare I've got a whole heap of stuff off to the side, but I want to prepare, I'm going to use Cherry Cobbler, and then I'm going to brighten it up with some colors. So good morning, as everyone is coming in. So I'm going to do this panel fairly heavy. So I'm going to I'm doing this part first, and then I'm going to stamp over the top of it, because I fear that if I do part of it, I will just end up making a mess of my stamped bit. So I'm going to go fairly heavy around the edges, because I want this nice and deep in color. So like I said, I don't actually know whether this card is going to turn out today. We will have to wait and see. Good morning, Bev. Morning, Deb. Carrie. Good morning, everyone. And evening if you're over in the US. Don't have too many of the UK folks. Sometimes they pop in, but it's usually like 2 a.m. in the morning for them. That's just like, or even like 4 a.m. I was going to say earlier, but that's goes the other way. So we're going to give this a really, really rich going over. Make sure those corners are nice and dark. Okay. We're all going to be sadly disappointed if this doesn't work out. That's okay. I'm sure that whoever receives a card is just going to be grateful that you've thought about them, right? So that's some nice heaviness going on there. Let's give this a bit of a wipe down. Now, this next bit, I'm going to flick some white ink over the top of this, and I usually make a good old mess. So I have got some scrap paper around here somewhere. Yep. And I'm just going to try and, protect my area a little bit because I am dreadful. Go wait for that to dry. Okay, we'll put you away. So I have got my Whisper White. Watching from Canberra today. Are you not normally in Canberra? I don't think you are, don't you? Okay, now I did, right. I have got a water painter, and I've used this with white before, but it has clogged up my barrel. So the ink is too thick. You can even see it in there that I've clogged it up. And trust me to use the nib that, is the finer one that I normally use. So I've just got a glass of water here, and I'm just going to make my sloshy puddle here. And you can see that I've already got dried ink left over from before another time, but I would just stick a drip of re-inker into here. Now, the first go round I make fairly wet because I've got to be able to pick all that up on that brush. So I am going to protect my area a little bit, and then hopefully you can see that. I'll bring it up to the screen anyway. And I normally just give a really hard thump on my brush. Okay, I hope I've managed to not get my, so I give it a really, really hard thump, and that gives, so you don't want, if you have it too watery, the white is just going to soak into your card and it'll disappear, and it'll probably turn like a pinky color. So you want it fairly thick. It's all over my fingers now. You want it a fairly thick white, but it still needs to be runny enough to splatter, if you know what I mean, to be able to pick it up. All right, now, because white craft takes a little while. Gee, I have made a mess every. Oh, do you know what? I flicked it on my cards that are over here. How do I manage to do that? What a, oh, now I just smudged it. I should have just left it. Blimey. It goes everywhere, telling you. I need to have one of those little boxes. Oh, we've had some meetings. That's cool. All right, so what I'm going to do is actually heat set this to start with, and then see if I need any more flicking on top. So, because as it dries, and especially around these edges here, it's like taken on the color of the ink blending that I did. And heat setting so that we don't smudge. But I think that's pretty good. It's sort of stayed, it's stayed nice and white. So I think that will be good. I'll put you in there. Put you aside. Okay, so now what I wanted to do, this is the bit where it'll either be okay or not be okay. So I'm going to stamp those lights all the way down in a zigzaggy fashion. So we shall see. And it's fairly, it's just going to sit in the background. It's not going to be like, hey, look at me. Okay, and I'm going to press fairly firmly, as you can hear it coming to stick up because it's drying quite lightly. So it's just a real faint backgroundy. All right, and you can't see anything because it's dark on dark. but I will bring it up to the screen. Sort of, you know, you have these things in your mind and then you actually start doing it and you go, you know what, I don't know. I don't know about if this is going to come off or not. And we do it live. Oh my gosh. So if it doesn't work, I'll have egg on my face. All right, let's give this a clean. And then I will bring in my other bits of cardstock and show you what I've got going on so far. And then I will pick some colours to colour another string of lights. Okay, so I've got that. Now to try and separate it a little bit, I am actually going to layer it onto another piece of cherry cobbler, just really, really finely. And then I've got, make sure your fingers are clean. And then I've got a thick basic white card. And this is going to provide the contrast, the light, so that it is not as heavy as once was. Okay, so we've got that going on. The light flicks are to help it. Okay, so let's get my sentiment happening. And I'm going to be using that nice big Christmas, and also I'm going to do the Merry. Merry, I know I definitely want to, emboss this. I'm not sure whether I want to do the Merry on white or not. So I will leave that till last. Okay, now because this has a die that matches it, let it go loosey-goosey, pop it down and pick it up. If you try and manipulate it, you may not get it die cutting nicely. So what do I need? These guys. Okay. And now, because I'm going so heavy with them, I was thinking about doing my Christmas lights because I've got two ready to go. I was two strings. I was thinking about doing them a mixture of bright lemon lolly and this is such a beautiful stamp. Bright lemon lolly and granny apple green. So like blended. So not one string of green, not one string of yellow, but blended from yellow into green. That's what I was thinking about doing. So now I am just about out. Good morning, Sherry. All right, it doesn't matter if I've got bits elsewhere because you know what? I'm die cutting it anyway. So this and the die actually has, so it has the stamp that you can die cut, but it also has like that inlay so that you can double die. I'll show you that in a sec. So this one is Peaceful Season. There is a stamp, like a bigger suite that goes with it from the catalog. I think it's got trees that go with it, but I just got this part of it. Oops, I'm going to heat set that first before I try die cutting it, right? So excuse me for the noise. Good morning, Deb. And I'm probably going to need to hold it down. Oops. Hold it down with these so I don't burn my fingers. Okay, rightio, let's get this guy die cut. So it has the nice big one to die cut, but then it also has the fine one as well. So instead of like if you wanted color on white. You could either stamp and then on white and then die cut it, or you could actually do a double card layer, if you know what I mean. One sits into the other, but don't lose that eye. The dot on the eye is separate. So if you do that, don't lose it. But it's big enough that you know, it's easy enough to handle. I made a card the other day using it, so which I will show you very, very shortly. Okay, so get that lined up and get that cut out. Again, I'm not sure what to do with the Mary yet. I will come back to it. I was thinking about doing a circle, so that will be in my thoughts as well. And then that pops out and it leaves that nice space in there as well. Really, really nice. So now I've got, oh yeah, now I'm liking it. Check that out. That's good. I was thinking it might be a little bit on the heavy side, but I like that. Really rich color. Okay, now let's add a pop of color. I will save you just in case I do the Mary. Okay, so what I've got now is I've already die cut 2 pieces of, oh yeah, that's going to turn out quite nice, I think. I've already, I didn't die cut them, sorry, I hand cut them, and they took me about 5 minutes to do those 2. So I did it while I was waiting for the countdown because I thought you guys don't really want to see this. If I had the dies to the Filled with Fun stamp set, these would have been cut out as well. All right, so I want some lemon lolly and granny apple green. And I think I will do yellow down into green, not across. So, and I probably won't even need the light ones. Let's just go for these. And I want mostly yellow, I think, because I have got some lemon lolly baker's twine, which I thought I might use on the card as well, just to give it a nice lift. And then a little bit of granny apple green. Whoops, I should have done the granny apple green first, I think. Because I need to blend that line. Whoops, they're a bit little fiddly to colour after they've been cut out. All right, so I thought, how's that? Little pop of colour. I'll bring that up to the screen because that is it's being washed out on my screen today. All right, let me do the granny apple green first. Hello, Miss Amy. I feel a bit overwhelmed and embarrassed now. Amy is, I take, as you guys know, because you always see my colouring in the background, I do my colouring classes with Amy. So if you're looking, go to Vanilla Arts and you can learn loads and loads about alcohol markers. Oh, you should see my face. I can feel my face going really, really warm and hot now. But I'll have to show. I have to stop and show because I am loving this. It was my birthday on the weekend and I spent the day colouring in, so I really enjoyed it. So I've been doing marker and pencil. This one, as you guys know, I did a marker course last year. So now this one's focusing more on pencil, and this is the beginner. Like we go through, this is like we're getting towards the end of our 12 weeks. So we are a little bit more advanced than what we were when we first started. But this is the non-realistic version, I'll put it that way. So the next 2 that we do after this will become a whole lot more realistic. They'll become bigger. And so I'm really, really, really looking forward to that. So there's a little plug for Amy because I've gotten so much out of taking those classes. So and I think one of my team members has joined. They did the blends, and another one of my customers has gone and done the blend as well. So hopefully they're getting a fair bit out of it. But But now I'm all nervous. So there we go. I will bring this up to the screen so you can see those little pops of colour that go along with it. I'm still waiting to do the Mary because I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with it yet. I know, I love it that it's so bright, and I'm always like really gentle when I do my colouring, but this time I thought, you know what, I'm just going to put a lot of colour down. So I'm going to pop a little bit of this Lemon Lolly twine behind my Christmas. And what I'm going to do is a sort of a figure 8. You know what, I'm going to put my adhesive on here first because it can get a little bit fiddly. And I'm going to put a fair strip down. And then I'm going to start on my middle finger, and I'm going to do I start on my middle finger? I hold it on my middle finger. No, do I? No, I do it this way. So on my pointer finger and then on my ring finger. And what I do is just do a figure 8 backwards and forwards a handful of times. Not actually, maybe not too many times because I'm going to run out of twine. So, and then I am going to just grab that and pinch in the middle. So I've got all my little bits and pieces, my figure 8 pinched in the middle. And I know that it's still fairly floppy, but that way I can stick it across my Christmas. And what I'm going to do now is just undo these little threads. So undo the loops and spread them out a little bit. So, and spread that out. Sometimes you just need to adjust it a little bit. This one needs adjusting a little bit. So that's why if you put your adhesive down first, you can just squish them all into place. And that gives me my little loop-de-loops to go behind. Okay, and then when it comes time to stick this on, it'll be using dimensionals because there's a lot of bulk going on behind that now. Okay, so I still haven't worked out what I'm going to do with my Mary. Let's get these down first. Do you even need a Mary? Can you just say it's Christmas? All right, let's get that stuck down. So tone on tone. And I'm going to stick that up with dimensionals as well. This might be a fairly risen card, I think. A lot of height in it. Okay. And I think I'm going to, rather than put this right in the center, when I did calligraphy years ago, we were always taught to have a smaller space at the top than what we have at the bottom. And I think I'm going to do that for this card here as well, rather than pop it straight in the middle. So I'm going to have a smaller gap at the top and a slightly bigger one down the bottom. Apparently it's just a little bit more pleasing to the eye. Then we will have our Christmas, and I'm going to pop him on, and you can do him straight across. I think I'm going to have it on an angle just because I've got these guys on an angle. Oh, now I don't know whether to, maybe I can do them off a little bit. It's Christmas. Okay, Mary, do I do? Here's the Mary. It's only a small Mary. So do I do white, colour on white, or should I do, oh, you know what I could do? I could emboss it straight onto there, couldn't I? And not have it on a piece of cardstock. You know what? Sorry, guys, I'm not giving you a choice today. I'm just going to do it. Oh, and you know what? Oh, maybe that isn't going to work. Oh, because there's dimensionals under there. Should have thought about it earlier. You know, I never stick things down until I am ready. Oops. Maybe not. I'm going to have to do. Never mind. White on cherry on white, or white on cherry? That is the question. Pop your, I'll clean up my mess here. You pop that into the description, what you think. Let me put these back so that you can see what they look like. let me know. I'll wait a couple of seconds. I'll clean up my little work area and you can let me know. That would have been really good if I'd done that straight in. Oh, anyway, that's what you get for rushing ahead. Lag time. Cherry on white. Cherry on white. I've got some stripes right beside me. Takes 2 seconds to switch over anyway, doesn't it? Oh, do you know what? There is a die. Now I'm getting your, yeah. Okay. I think I might have to do this again on another piece. There are these cool little, I haven't used one of these before, and that will cut that out perfectly. Beautiful. Let's try that and see what it looks like. Turn you over. Stamp you in the middle. And see what we get. I wonder if they, I don't think they've got a score line on them, so I think it will just, actually there might be a score line. I don't know, I haven't used this one before, so Go gently, go gently. And then I need to think about bling as well. What bling am I going to put? Oh, that's nice. There we go. Merry Christmas. That's looking good, nice and bright. I was really worried that these cherry cobbler were going to be super, super heavy. Okay, that looks good. And I might even have some green bling. Maybe I can try some green sequins or something. Okay, let's get the rest of this stuck together. I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up just so that I know where I'm going. And these dimensionals are going to go down over the top of everything as well. Trying to pop them on areas that don't have a lot of bulk behind them. And I think my easiest is just going to be to snip these edges off. And then I can put a fair bit on there. Try and get them where the card stock is, not where the ribbon is, because it'll be wonky. I'll take that one off. Merry Christmas. And then you can fix any of these little loops that you've got. I've got one that's tucked behind here, so I'm just going to grab him out. I don't think he wants to be grabbed out. Okay, and then Mary. I'll use another one of those long ones. And then do I pop the little, I think they'll have to go up as well. I'm going to try and get them up as well. Thanks, Wendy. In my dreams, it was a little bit different than what it's turning out to be. So that's a good thing. In my dream, I had a circle and I'd put all of this stuff on the circle. But when I came to cut my card this morning, I thought, well, let's do a fair bit of white just to keep the card light. And I'm glad I did. I think I have run out of hexagons. Oh, there's one. Some super skinny ones. Is that enough? Yes, it is, because it has got a natural bend in it from when I hand cut it. So that should be okay. And I reckon I've got some green sequins. So I'm going to hang this a little bit off the edge too, I think. It's very different for a Christmas card. It's not a traditional type of Christmas card, that's for sure. Maybe I'll do that one up there. And then I've got room for... Definitely not a traditional Christmas card, but I did want to use that stamp because it's the only one that I haven't used out of that stamp set. So, okay, bling. Do we want something nice and bright, or should I stick to white? That is the question. Nothing in that pack, or rhinestones. Got those ones as well. They pick up the bits of colours. I've got green, it's the wrong green. I've got those green sequins. I'm thinking it might have to be white. Oh, you'll flash. All right. Choice, anyone? I've got a little bit of green and yellow. Well, they would both go, or I can keep it to the white, clear, or just rhinestones for a bit. Oh, you know what I was thinking of doing? I was actually thinking of doing, I had little thoughts while I was getting ready this morning about popping rhinestones in amongst the lights. That's what I was thinking of doing. Hi, Cherie. I think you watched me more when I was doing nighttime classes, I think. All right, let's pop a few in here. They don't stand up very well, but hopefully if they're on somebody's mantle, then when you walk past, they would catch the light that way, wouldn't they? I know you're a little bit hidden, but we'll pop you there anyway. You can put these along the whole of them if you want. You know what? Let's do that. Let's go for broke. I've got, as you can see, I've got so much bling anyway. Does it really matter if I use them? No. Let's use them up. I even found some, I had to pull some kits apart that hadn't been used from years ago, and they had a whole heap of rhinestones in them too. There you go. That's really sparkly. Going for gung ho. So it's a little bit different than what I pictured in my head. I don't mind it. It's unusual. Oops, what did I do? Oh, I've just flung. See, there we go. That's those dimensional rhinestones. They've gone flinging around the place. There we go. Put them on. Alrighty. Is it an okay card though? I don't know. It's different. It's very different for me. I'm gonna have to think about it for a little while before I decide whether I don't know. But it's okay because you know not every card that you let me bring it up so that you can see. You might be able to see the bit of sparkle on there now. You could put Wink of Stella on the lights as well. That might be quite pretty. But yeah, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Let's bring the other cards back. They are super light and bright because I thought that one would be a good masculine card because of the darker colors as well. One with the gift And then we've got these ones here. So I have made quite a few, and they are all quite different. We've got some different colors and stuff going on. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I am now a member of the Color Inspiration design crew. So this card here that I've got, you can just see it on the, whoops, if I go this way, on the left of your screen, that is my card for the color challenge. So if you're not in the group yet, the color challenge group, head on over. The link is on my blog and on my Facebook page, so you can get into the group that way. And that's the color challenge for this month. Oh, and I want to show you some other cards too, so don't run away. The other thing I wanted to ask was, are you in World Card Making Day yet? Because this is a free event hosted by Stampin Up. Again, the link is on my Facebook page. You do need to register. If you can't make it on Sunday, because is it Sunday or Saturday? Saturday. I know it's a long weekend for me in South Australia. I don't know whether it's long weekend everywhere, but it's definitely long weekend. So if you can't attend it live, then the replay is going to be up until the end of the year. And apparently everyone who registers gets a little something too at the end of it. So that'll be exciting. Starting the 1st of October, we have a starter kit special coming up. So if you are wanting to join Stampin' Up, then you can get an extra $51 worth of product in your starter kit. Kits are on sale, just the kits collection. I've got a massive box of collections beside me. I keep saying I'm going to do these live, and I never do, so, and I should. So they're going to be on sale in October as well. And then these are the cards that I want to show you. So this is my October card club. I'll pack these up in a second. I'll bring those ones out to show you, and I'll get them up and running. Whoops, wait a minute. I got to get rid of that. Wait a minute. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. There we go. Okay. So let me come back to the comments. Oh, long weekend. Yep, it is. The blue one. That one is your favorite. I was going to do a video on colouring that wagon as well. And the presents, because I did a video on this one, but I haven't done a video on that one yet. So I was thinking about doing that still. But anyway, so there's my whole spread. Oh, and this is in the online exclusives, and it's only $35. It's a standalone. So I'm guessing in the US it'll be cheaper as well, because that's Australian dollars. So for October, real quick, we're using the little bit festive papers. So just do them real quick. You know, you don't get a big sneak peek of them. So 2 ways to get them. You can either get the class. Let me come back to me. You can either get the class by purchasing the stamp set, and I've used this one. So you can either purchase these plus the paper, and I will send you the card kit for free and the instructions for free. Or if you just want the PDF, then you can join the membership and get the PDF that way. But you have to sign up before the end of the month. Okay, I think that's it for me. I'm going to photograph it and have a look at this card for a little bit longer. I don't know whether it's just because it's gone, like I've used heavier. If I'd done it maybe in brighter colors, I'm just still looking at it. If I'd done it in maybe bright greens or something, it might be a little, would give a different feel to it anyway. But anyway, I'll look at it for a little bit longer. But thank you very much for joining me, and do the wagon coloring. I can do that easily. Okay, we'll put it on the list. So thanks very much for joining me, and we will see you all again next Thursday, unless I pop in earlier. So cheers. Bye-bye. Thanks, Cherie. Thanks, Deb. Bye-bye.